But the happy hour is kind of a good time. We just didn't get into it. Usually a lot of conversation going on, but to get into music would be fun. I don't know. I'd be interested in doing like an after show happy hour where you could jam out.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're live on the YouTube now. Mm-hmm. All right. Got it. Episode 127.
Oh my goodness. What episode was the OG? 19?
Yours was episode 12. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Episode 12. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did he just do a line or something? What?
Huh?
Jaden, you can't do... He had his head down.
I don't do coke anymore.
Okay, good.
Can't blow dudes on YouTube, all right?
Yeah, I had like a 2-month stint. Cocaine's not my thing.
Okay, good.
Totally unhealthy.
Yeah. Hard on the sinuses, I've heard. Are we ready? Are you guys texting each other? What's happening?
I was just going catatonic just to see what you guys would say to each other.
Oh no, don't do that.
Set up this doobie.
Oh, now I'm stretching.
All right.
But yeah, we got episode 127. I gotta go to this page. I gotta click the share, copy that. And I gotta go here and
Are you growing your hair out, Christopher?
I'm just not getting a haircut. I got a haircut. My wife gave me a haircut.
That's another term for that, but
yeah, she gave me a haircut a couple nights ago.
Oh,
took some
nice.
off the back.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so let's see.
You should grow your hair out. That's why I ask. I've never seen your hair longer than that.
My hair was real long when I was younger. And it's kind of the same thing as it is now, just like a general laziness to go to schedule or go to a haircut place.
Yeah, I would still have long hair, but I got the whole self haircutting game down.
Floby?
Huh?
Floby?
I don't know what that is.
Oh no.
It's when you attach like razor blades to a vacuum cleaner.
Oh no. Thank you, Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I got is a 3-way mirror in my shower.
Oh.
So I guess that's the next
Bow
level.
chicka bow bow.
Yeah. One on the bottom, one on the top.
No, it's a horizontal, not vertical, but that's not a bad idea now that you mention it.
I'll tell you what, when the AI or when they come out with they could do surgery, with robotics, like when can I cut my hair in the back with robotics,
There you go.
Seems cheaper, not as risky as surgical devices, doing like organ transplants robotically.
Right.
From remote locations. All I'm asking is to be able to cut the back of my own hair. That's all.
Yeah, I trust remote robots more than I trust people. When was the last time a robot tried to fuck my wife?
I don't know.
Granted, I don't have a wife or a robot, but it's besides the point.
Depends. Your robot could be doing it right now and you have no idea because it's injected you with something.
Have you seen those new
Think about that.
toys?
Why does he look just like Hank Williams? Is it the shape of his head, his hat?
Sure haven't seen any of those. Nope. Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. What subject do you want to change to, Quantum?
Hank Williams. Hank Williams at the bottom of his
Does he?
finger.
Yeah, he looks like Hank Williams III.
I look like
right because you got
that's how
the
I know
first.
I need to lose 10 pounds.
Maybe it's my eyes.
I've been super bloated this week. I've been drinking a ton, and and I just bought. What are y'all laughing?
You said bloated.
What is it?
Me too, Jaden. Me too. Just
I know.
bloated.
I'm just saying.
It's like an extra heavy flow month.
Yeah, I just well, you said Hank Williams. That was when I was younger. That was a fat guy. Like, I don't fucking look like Hank Williams. I hope not.
That's true.
If
Like
I do, it's
like,
this week.
it's like
Maybe
if
it's
someone
the
said,
hat.
"Oh, you look like Burl Ives," or like you'd be like, "Oh,
It's
you're."
My super flow week or whatever.
Wait.
It's like,
I
oh, you
think
remember
it's-
that comedian Chris Farley?
Having hot flashes too. Well, what
The
even doing
hat
with
looks
that?
like
What the fuck are y'all laughing at? Can we start the show? What the fuck?
Flash. Yeah, I'm ready.
I look like Chris Doubtfire too.
Yeah,
Like,
we need to get the show started. Just to
it's
do
time.
something.
well, let me.
Yep.
I have a new invention, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait to hear
Well,
about
no,
this.
actually, no, it's not a new invention, but it's new. It's a new.
It'll be new to us.
Innovation thing that I came across. Either way.
All right,
All right.
I'm ready. Ready, set, go.
All right. Since Manny's not here, I'll just get started. Good evening, Endless Ranters. Welcome back for episode 127 of your Endless Ranters podcast. Thanks for watching, listening, and subscribing. We truly appreciate the support. My name is Chris, and I'm one of your hosts for this evening. Robbie's out tonight, so Quana will be doing all the dad jokes. Quana, how you doing?
Hey.
How you
Good. So excited.
Yeah, me too. Manny is also, not that Manny's out, but
I'm not
he's
excited
also
that Robbie's out.
Yeah, I know. Like
Okay.
you tricked me into that. Come on, Yoko. Anyway, Manny is also out, so we decided to reenact Endless Ranters podcast episode number 12 from back in February of 2019. Jaden is back for a very special episode tonight. This could be the last Endless Ranters episode during democracy. Just, I don't know if you guys heard, but it's under threat. We'll know more next week. But Jaden, welcome back, man.
Hey, great to be back. Bigger and blacker, or back and blacker than ever. What was it? No, as we were talking about Lethal Weapon 2 earlier. What was it? What did he say? Oh yeah, he goes, "We're back. We're bad. You're black. I'm mad."
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the Chris Rock tour.
Yeah, I don't know. I got mixed up. I was like Amy Winehouse or something. I was like, I'm fucking high. How's it going, everybody? It's good to be back.
That's good. Yeah, it's good to have you, man. We appreciate you coming in to co-host our episode this evening. Yeah.
Am I co-hosting? I thought I was a guest.
No, we're gonna.
No,
need
man,
you
because
to
I think if you're a
pick up
guest,
a
we
little
have to
slack.
we
You gotta hold
expect
your
more
weight.
from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can never be a guest, really. So
Yeah. No,
This
either
used
way,
to be your show, bro.
Yeah, well, this doesn't don't let me forget about the fact that we were going to talk about this. I'm really high, so I got to just steer this before I lose it. I was going to tell you about the 3, because of your hair is longer than I've ever seen it, and the only reason my hair is not long with you is because I've mastered cutting my own hair, and it involves this thing I bought on Amazon. It's a 3-way mirror that folds out. It hangs on your shower curtain rod, and you can see all the angles of your fat head.
Really?
My fat head.
So then do you what do you use to cut? Like use scissors and shit? Like, and how are these mirrors positioned? Can you explain that for the listener?
Horizontal. It's like 3 mirrors, so you can see like you got like 360 views.
So it's like
There's always
3 computer monitors in front of you, something like that.
It does look a lot like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And because it's
so you're in like
your
a cockpit of mirrors.
Yeah, it's and because it's in the shower, you don't have to worry about like getting the hair everywhere. I don't know what everybody else does.
It
I
can't be
always
good for
cut
your
my own hair.
drains. That can't be good for your drains.
I'm one step ahead.
Okay.
I have one of those like also bought on Amazon, one of those like shit, because my ex-girlfriend had like really curly hair and she shed like a fucking lion.
Oh, one of those mushroom like weird things. Like,
I mean, I think they make them in different shapes, but it's like a
Yeah,
suction
yeah.
cup thing that just sits over your drain and it just clumps up. You know?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so
Let me ask you this:
short
is
hair-
the
short
water
hair's not-
running while you're cutting your hair?
No,
Okay.
but if you do,
Trying to get a visual.
you can use the Manscapes. I have different sets of shears, I think they're called, for my top and my bottom.
Is it like a bzz, 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 or cutting?
No, there's no scissors involved.
Okay. All right.
Believe me. But
The
If-
clippers, I
you
think.
can,
Yeah.
clippers. That's the word I was
Clippers
trying
is what
to- shears. Where did I even get that word?
Well, yeah,
it's
you made
with
us think
bloated.
about
It's in the bloated dictionary. It's
that
all the
movie,
same.
Edward Scissorshears.
Yeah, no, I've been using, yeah, the water's not on. I have
Okay.
a set of clippers for that. But if
Are you
go to-
naked?
You don't want to waste water.
yes, you have to be naked when you do it.
Okay.
That kind of so you don't turn. It's not the short hair that clogs your drain. It's long hair.
Are
As
you
far as
sure
I
about
know.
that?
I think so. I've never really had a clogged drain. I don't know. Granted, I just did this.
Hold on. You said that like you had put a lot of study. Like,
What did I say? I'm super high. Can I?
well, you said that what clogs your drain is not short hair but long hair, and you said it in
sounded
a
like a
way
plumber, like he
you
was
said
a
it like
plumber.
with like this has been studied in Oslo.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
And then when she
Oh.
challenged you were like, "Well, I think so."
Well, if you're not retarded, you know that long hair clogs things up more than short hair.
I know.
I feel like that's a study of life. You know.
Yeah,
But I
okay.
used to have long. I don't know if she. You've never seen me. I've not been around. I've not been in Chris's presence when my hair is shorter than his.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
My
that's
hair
probably
is
true.
definitely shorter than
We
yours.
can't see your hair, Jaden, just so you know. That's what I think it looks long.
I believe
right now.
him.
It looks slow. Okay, I do too.
Why you getting
I
all
gotta take my
accusatory?
headphones out. You want to see my hair? You think I'm hiding something? I wear a hat on a regular
just-
basis to keep
it-
the fro intact.
I'm saying it looks like a cowboy
Look, if he
hat
has
for
to
where I'm
lie about his
sitting.
hair length for
Looks like a
good
cowboy
pod
hat.
content,
It's not a cowboy hat. It's a hat with a cow.
Yeah, I think if like
Kind
your
of like a
headphones make it look
It's
like
given
there's
like
the
a-
things that are coming up from the side.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
probably what's making.
But
my head
also
look
if you
fatter
if
than it
you
is.
if you just tell your brain that, hey, those are headphones,
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, he's not wearing a cowboy hat.
I do need to get the low profile. I'm old school. I don't know. I can't do the earbuds things. I got like
You're old.
inflamed ears.
They start to press on my the over the ear start to press on my head, give me a headache after 4 hours of talking shit about the Pelosi's and whatnot.
Yeah, well, you try not to typically have them on for that long, but
That's
you
true.
really shouldn't need them for. I mean, I should get the earbuds. Really, I should have like an IFB at this point. It's just
Oh, one of those molded
Hidden.
ones. Yeah.
yeah. I don't need these things making
Mhm.
my head look fatter than it is.
It's about time
so
we get
dark, you can't
get
tell.
like a sign language person on this show as well. You know what I mean?
I was
Do
just thinking that.
Then if you just-
thinking that.
A signer. I don't. What do you call these people anymore now? Signists, sign languagists,
Oh,
Laborers, as far as
signers.
ASL interpreter.
Okay, that's a
I
that's
lot.
made that up. I don't know if that's
Wow.
what they're called.
It's a lot of
That
syllables in
sounded
there.
legit. I was about to hire one right now. I'm fucking.
No, the people that are on
Oh,
the stage
ZipRecruiter.
doing the,
What about Ace's story? How he messed with the sign language lady and said that, remember, he was like getting her to say that he was making it like he was,
oh yeah. Started saying racy things.
yeah, like
We
he
did
wanted to take
repeat
him
it, yeah.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. How do you sign?
Yeah.
I think after that, if they didn't already, there's probably some kind of, they got to have something in their like work contract. It's
Yeah.
like, look, like you can't be having me sign like blowjobs all night long and like, like I'm
Have you
not,
seen the ones like when
I don't
they
really
go to,
work
like-
blue. I don't sign blue, I could say. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I like
Anyway,
I want to meet the chick that'll sign anything. That's like her shtick. She comes in. she's
yeah,
like,
I'm sure there are some that's
I'll
like,
sign anywhere you want, baby.
Yeah, you pay me enough per
they have
hour.
them at
and-
concerts. So like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, I've seen them
Yeah.
signing some pretty inappropriate songs.
They got to get
Yeah.
creative.
They
Yeah.
use terms
Real
like
creative.
Skrilla. When was the last time you heard that term?
It's probably a real
I'll
bummer
answer
for
for you.
them.
1998.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
Well,
can sign the alphabet, but it would be really far behind. Like it would take me a while. You'd have to talk really slow. Really slow. You'd have to spell your thoughts.
all right. So what's going on for tonight? We better get started while we keep it together.
Okay.
So it's a special episode that's going to be brought to you by Elder Abuse.
Boy.
That's right. We're going to talk about Paul Pelosi getting hammered by that young dude. I think Jaden got suspended off of Facebook for a few days for sharing some
Paul Pelosi stuff?
graphic images about. I think he shared the raw footage from security cams.
Yeah, I mean,
got him booted right off. Yeah.
To be fair and like totally just technically speaking, there are no genitals in sight. There are technically two naked males. One is covering his genitals while the other one looks like it could be a medical procedure. He could be examining.
It could be an inspection. True.
Yeah. I
Looking
mean,
for a hammer, maybe.
Well, he's also
perhaps.
naked. Yeah, you could, it's possible that there could be something jammed in there obstructing.
Could be an inspection, like an inspection that, like, say, let's just say like a I don't know, like let's say you were in an area where there was legal to hire a sex worker.
Yeah.
And you had a sex worker and they were inspecting your junk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he went,
it could be, I don't know,
he went to Stiffy Lube. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, and then we'll also talk about Elon's takeover Twitter.
Yeah.
Specifically the hilarious meltdowns and the sick burns on AOC. That's funny. And the Quantum might have some questions for Jaden peppered in here and there.
I don't know. Am I allowed to ask the questions? You were kind of.
We had a happy. You can.
Okay, I'll ask.
You can try, and his representatives might. You never know.
Yeah.
Might be one of those things where you got to stop the interview.
Well, first of all, I keep my life an open book.
Okay.
Day one, will to the day I die. So
all right.
I'm not worried about any questions.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I got a special shout out before we get started, though. This goes out to all those people that imagine that poor people come to your neighborhood to trick or treat because it's nice in their neighborhood.
Yeah,
but that's never actually happened to you before.
Yeah, well, some
no
people
one ever wants to come. No one wants to come to your shitty neighborhood to trick or treat.
Yeah, well, some people are confused. They are the poor people, but they're still poor people trick or treating, and they're like, "Why are these fucking assholes coming to my neighborhood?" It's like, no, those are your neighbors, dumbass.
That's great.
They're mixed in with the people that are.
Yeah. I'm making reference to Adam Carolla. Like he made a joke 10 years ago, he made a joke, probably because like the cleaning people in his neighborhood would like bring their kids after work, to like trick or treat in their neighborhood. But like, I don't know. Like, I think it's better trick or treating in like poorer, I'm not saying poor, but like poorer neighborhoods because you have more densely populated people.
Oh yeah. Our doors are right next to each other.
Yeah, I grew up in like not like a poor, but like a middle class neighborhood, but it was like townhouses. But like we were all owned, but it was like you could get a lot of doors. You could get a lot of doors in like a very small amount of time where kids neighborhood have to walk like in my neighborhood, they have to walk like 20, 30 yards between doors,
Yeah.
They got to work a little bit harder, but
well, that's an interesting thing. You're talking about at this point, it's steps taken per
door
candy bar size, let's just say.
But then it's all, it is also quality of what you're getting.
Yeah, we're talking about ounces of chocolate per steps taken. You might be better off in the poor neighborhoods because
that's what I'm saying.
You're I see what you're saying now. Okay.
The
amount of steps that you have to take to get up a long driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. What do you get when at the end of the long driveway? I imagine these people, surely they're not giving away candy corn.
They get like, you get like a full size Snickers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So you get a full size Snickers. I would like to get I'm actually, you know what? Let's write this down.
All right.
I want to do a legit study. I want to get the numbers in. I want to figure this whole thing out. I want to map it out. I can have graphs, multi-layered graphs on Google. I want to get the addresses of these people, where they're going, and then I want to examine their contents when they come back home. And so what we need to do, we need to have multiple different groups, like controlled groups, non-controlled groups. We'll keep the poor people in their neighborhood, track their amount of steps, examine their candy when they get back, and then we'll take the poor kids from the same neighborhood, their neighbors basically, and we take them to the rich neighborhoods and we break it down mathematically. It might actually be inefficient to take your poor children that you can't afford or feed to a different neighborhood.
That's why I don't think it's happening, because I think
one thing
that poor people are.
I don't think they're doing that much
efficient.
I don't think it's.
I think they're innate. you know, they like we're talking about another species of people. Like, you know, like when I was poor, I was innately efficient. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need a calculator, you know,
Yeah, I was gonna say I laid it
to
out really
like
long-windedly, but I don't think they're doing all that bad. I was thinking it'd be an interesting I was thinking it would be an interesting experiment to like document.
You could
No,
hire
I
I don't
brought
think
it
they
people
need to
to do
go
it.
that
Yeah,
far
yeah,
to know
got
that
it,
they're.
got it.
I brought it up because like when Adam said it was funny, but then like the 10th year he said it, it's like, all right, man. Like
Enough.
I think that happened like one time and like you mistook your like you know, like actually wealthy Mexican neighbors for like, you know, like
I actually
trick-or-treaters that
lived,
got bussed in.
I my kid's father is a hairdresser, and he had a client who needed to move to another state, and she needed her house with somebody that was just could afford it, and not afford it, but could take care of it. It was way out of our price range. It wasn't like such a nice area in Sacramento. And I remember when I took the kids out trick-or-treating, seeing cars of people coming, because in Sacramento, the neighborhoods are set up where like a really, really nice neighborhood is the next block over is a really, really bad neighborhood. So, I mean, it was easier to get them in.
Mhm.
So maybe because LA is also kind of close like that, maybe where he's at,
Yeah. Hey
it's
man.
close enough that they could just drive over.
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
van full
yeah.
of
If your neighborhoods touch, I don't care how big a
Yeah.
wall you put up.
you're getting the
Okay,
kids
well,
from
see, that would be
neighborhood.
part of the controlled group.
And the kids
That's
are
what I'm saying.
thinking
I know how to.
they're going to get better candy from the bigger houses. So, I mean, it is
Yeah.
worthwhile for the
Well,
kids to migrate
Yeah,
over.
see, you would think that, but there's also, you know, these rich people, they're jaded. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe they don't care about Halloween that much. Maybe they've done the math. Maybe they're ahead of the ahead of the curve on the study, and they're like, you know what? I don't want my average candy per ounce per step. Like they go against the math. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna like walk up their like 400-yard driveway after
That's what happened at Adam's
after
house, is
scaling
what he
their
said.
fence, and they're gonna give you like one of those like root beer hard candies, like root beer barrel hard candies. That'll teach them.
That's what Adam said on his show today, is that they had no candy. Olga was like, nope, we don't get any kids. And then sure as heck, they got a kid and they didn't have any candy.
Yeah,
guys-
that's
do you
not
listen to the
true. There's
show?
no way.
That's what he
there's not.
said.
Like we had in our house, we have. I'm gonna exaggerate a little bit, but you know, stay with me. We have more candy in this house on an average day, like just any time of the year, than like I had the day after, you know, Halloween. You know, it's just how it goes now. Like you just have like it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Like the kids have leftover stuff from last year and like trunk or treat and like this and that. Like, you know, October 1st starts the first Halloween party. And it's like, there's just like a buildup of so much candy. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about anymore, but there's just a lot of candy around.
There's a lot of candy here
Yeah,
too.
but
And
so what's Adam's complaint about? Like I do
No,
remember.
It sounds
I
like a
guess I was
castle
saying
thing.
there's no way that there's not candy somewhere in his house that he could just give to like one trick or treater or two.
That's what Gina said, though. She's like, you didn't have a Coke or something that you could put in their bag?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a stray cat thing. Once you start giving away shit, then they're
He
just gonna
said
come
that
out
they
of the woodwork.
hid and the little girl fell down in the driveway and was down for a while. Like, and Natalia was like, don't
Hey.
open the door.
Yeah. After like 2 minutes of like staring, you can't open the door. My point was like, yeah, like,
Wait,
you know, like
there's a
all the
little
people that
girl
listen,
was
what?
critically injured and immobile.
She
in his
fell in
driveway?
his driveway and they didn't open the door. They all hid.
How did I miss?
Olga and Natalia 2 days ago, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It was this
is like a
week.
reason. Oh, I thought.
Yeah, Halloween just happened. It was the day
Yeah, no,
after.
I know. I forgot. Well, I did forget that part, but also like I thought you were talking about a story that he told years ago. But the fact that this
Oh, Chris
happened,
might have
I mean,
said that. Chris said that it was years ago about the kids
yeah, well, he's
coming
been
in.
complaining
No,
about
he
it.
first told it years ago because he probably saw like some, you know, like minivan of people get out and like start trick or treating in his neighborhood. But like, you know,
Yeah.
he saw it one time and then that turns into a yearly bit. And then he's got listeners that are just like,
F
yeah,
these kids.
yeah, like yeah, those kids should stay in their own neighborhood, fix their own neighborhood up. Like it's like, all right,
Yeah.
Right.
And then,
all right, champ. Like what?
That's why less is more.
Like,
That's what I've always said about Cole. Like I gotta go in. I gotta go in and out of it.
or just understand these are like
So,
these are just like bits and routines, and they may be kind of like close to the truth. Like no one believes that anybody is like bussing into your neighborhood, Joe Schmo. Like,
No, I do know that happens because
every now and then. Yeah.
I know you go to the nicer neighborhoods, you get the amount of candy. Oh, so here's okay.
Oh, he already did the science. Look at him.
No.
The numbers are in.
Here's the trick. You don't want to go too nice because the length of the driveways outweighs
exactly.
the net ounce of candy bar that you're going to get.
Yes.
So go upper middle class if you're going to, I don't have kids and I know y'all do. And so I'm sure you're going to pass this.
No, you're right. You're right. You want to go to like
upper middle class, not to, you don't want to go to the double lots.
You want to go to like middle class neighborhoods where people are a little bit bougie and they're like competing with each other. You know what I mean? So they're like trying to show each other up,
to compete with each other. You dig?
Yeah, like we're happy Halloween. We've been working on these crafts that we're giving out for the last 60 days.
That's what I told my husband. I was like, how am I going to make these kids remember my house? Like I want them, but then no, I didn't. Yeah. I was like, I'm just like, now that I think about it, I don't really
what's on sale at Walmart.
Costco.
I need to get like I want that bag that's like 220 pieces for $12. That's
yeah. I'll tell you about it. I almost had to,
because even that stuff's like better than what I got when I was a kid. I get butterscotch candies, like hard candies and shit. Like that's whack.
Yeah.
Now these kids like the worst thing they'll get is like, I don't know, like a sour, like what are those sour candies? Like Warheads.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a pack of Skittles. Like the worst thing they'll get is like a pack of Skittles or something, like a pack of
Twizzlers. Twizzlers.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing. I get like half my bag would be like hard candies.
Yeah. Or those loose peanuts.
Yeah, that's one conspiracy.
I grew up in the 70s. Loose peanuts were a thing.
Wait, bags of popcorn, like like Ziploc bags of popcorn too.
Yep. Apples.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
oranges.
wasn't there a candy where it was like a cushy, it was like a
the orange ones. That's what I'm talking about.
It was like a peanut. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
those were terrible.
Oh, like it's almost like an Easter candy. Or
talk about conspiracies. That's Halloween was one conspiracy that I never bought into. Like even when I was little, I was like, Halloween, it's fucking gay. Like I don't want to go get candy. I don't even like candy. Stupid.
Oh no, I was all about
I'll dress up or listen to the fucking Monster Mash for like the billionth time.
Oh, I was like, sign me up.
Yeah. You want to talk about a conspiracy? That was one I never bought into.
No, I was like, sign me up because like we didn't have I wanted candy.
Yeah.
We get a lot. Like we lived in these like this huge neighborhood of townhouses. So like every court would have like minimum like 40 townhouses, like row homes or whatever. And you could just hit so many doors. Like, so like we did get a lot of hard candies and crap, but get a huge amount of volume. I don't know.
Yeah. Has anybody ever gotten one candy apple? I don't know why that was when I grew up in the 80s. That was what they said. They was like, oh yeah, we're giving candy apples away.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's like nobody's giving candy apples away. I'm lucky if I don't get shot.
Well, a special shout out, honorable mention goes to the mom lady who puts a bowl of candy out and is shocked when she comes back, or like checks her Ring doorbell and it's all gone like in the first half hour. I can't believe it.
Wait, they do what? They leave their candy out?
Yeah, like so in my neighborhood,
there's like a sign or something that says
yeah. In my neighborhood, there's a lot.
It's like take one, bitch. Do you know where I'm from? I'm taking this whole motherfucking thing right now.
In my neighborhood, there's a lot of that. Like, and it's a newer neighborhood, so like and I was gone for a while, but like the first couple years, like it was like there were a lot of empty lots, so a lot of space between houses, like maybe more hooligan teenagers. So like people are getting cleaned out. But like this year, I noticed that like tons of houses, not most, but like tons of houses just had buckets with take one, and they weren't even getting wiped out.
Wow.
And then my son, is a proud moment.
That's a good sign, by the way. You're in a good neighborhood when the take one buckets.
Yeah. But like in years past, those things would be gone. Like the bucket would be gone too. And it'd be like an heirloom. Like, lady, why'd you put that? You know, like, why'd you put a bunch of candy out and like something special? Because they'd steal all the candy in the bucket.
In the bucket.
And then they'd go on Facebook, like being like, who would ever do this? Like, lady, where did you grow up?
Dude, you know, it'd be metal as fuck is if she left her husband's like ashes or something out. The dark
Yeah,
Halloween,
like,
motherfuckers.
you're like, I hope you enjoyed that candy, kids.
I'm all out of Butterfingers.
Yeah, but my son came back and he was like, we stayed out late because we heard that once it's really late and there's still candy in the buckets, like people don't care. You know what I mean?
I
Like
love
after
him.
like all the trick-or-treaters are gone, you just go
He's
down
not
the
wrong.
street and you just empty all the candy into your bag because they're not home. It's too late. Like no one else is on the street. And at this point, when people come home, they expect it to be empty.
Do you think he didn't take it early? Like they only did after hours?
I don't
candy
think so
stealing?
because modern kids, I think, is you know, they do have this weird, they have a weird freedom, but they also have like a weird like they know they're always being
Responsibility.
watched.
Yeah. Ring doorbells.
I don't know if it's like a responsibility or if it's just like a sense that like we're on camera all the time.
Yeah.
Like they know that now. So they gotta be careful.
I
Good.
believe it.
But later,
Okay.
you know, later in the evening, it's like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to complain that like some kid came along at 9:00 and emptied out everything?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
No.
well, this is how you know kids are fucking stupid because in their mind, they think they're just like, I'm going to gather as much candy as I can, and then I shall eat it all. And you know what I mean? Like they just can't even think that far past into the future, you know? Like there's no way you can finish the candy. You can eat as much as you want. You're never gonna
Yeah.
finish
Well,
it.
they got
It's
so
gonna be
much
there
like
6 months from now. You know what I mean? But all they know is just I gotta go get it. I get more candy. Me
I
likey.
think there's a weird thing too, because they roll into the Halloween season, like having been to like multiple birthday parties and like for school and all these other things. So they just got like my son plays football and like every after every game, like the cheerleaders hand out like baggies of treats.
Candy.
Yeah. So he's
Wait,
just like,
after
it's just,
football?
there's just like a nonstop, like, there's like a nonstop handing out of treats all the time. So,
Well, sugar weakens your immune system. So it's that's why everybody gets the cold and flu season. The season is all of this, like March and April is Easter, you get candy, Halloween, you get candy, December, you get candy, and everybody wonders why they're sick.
I
because
guess, I mean,
we're full of
I'm saying
sugar.
a conspiracy.
I'm just
I
saying
never
they
bought
roll
into.
in,
Yeah.
they roll into Halloween like loaded with candy already. Like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
They just go out in principle. 'Cause it's not like they were out of candy.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're going to go out there because there's free candy to be had.
Yeah, is it me or is there a
Yeah.
lot of women dying of heart attacks now?
That's a conspiracy.
That's a conspiracy. Is it?
No, is
It
that a
was-
conspiracy
it
that you
was-
buy
it was
into,
A year and a
Quana, or is
half
that
ago when I was
Yeah.
telling people that it was going to happen, it was a conspiracy then. Feels like some people knew about it. It's weird. So weird.
It's not. It's. I guess I don't even know what the term conspiracy means. It means conspired.
It was
It's
brought
not
up.
even a conspiracy.
I think it just means that like two or
No,
more
it was
people
made up by the
conspired to
government.
commit a crime or something.
It was
like
made
that.
up by the government
like it could
to
be
make
one.
people look crazy. It
I
was
feel
made
like
up by the
one
government to
person-
make people look crazy.
Yeah, I feel like one person can conspire, right?
Right.
Doesn't
I think
even-
it's like,
I've
made up-
conspired on plenty, motherfuckers.
yeah.
I know this
Same.
is true, actually, but yeah, I don't even know what to tell people. I'm not like, I don't even know what people consider me politically. It's just like this is happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what people are dropping dead left and right. That's happening. So,
Everything is, yeah, I agree with you, but at the same time, you know, like devil's advocate, everything is so big and like everything is happening. Everything is happening. Like just
I'm all for
Yeah.
people dying.
so it's like
You know how I feel about people, but
it's hard to tell.
yeah, and then we're giving them sugar. Then we're wondering why the kids are fat and flopping around like a beach whale in the fucking
Yeah.
driveway or whatever.
It's so weird.
On the
Interesting.
Frappuccinos,
driveway.
like- exactly.
Well, there's that too, but there's also this interesting thing about
Flopping
like
around helpless.
they've done
for more than
they've
3
done
minutes.
studies on food. They've done studies on food that where like there's less nutrients in the food. So
Oh,
like
and the
you're eating,
vegetables and the
you're
meat, all of
you're
it.
eating more to get the same amount of nutrients that your body craves.
Our soil is depleted.
So
Yeah, it's
Our-
all about the
it's-
topsoil.
Yeah, it's horrible. Monsanto is literally they're killing us. I'm sorry. I've been I on Facebook. I'll get a look back tomorrow from like 2012 where I was screaming about Monsanto.
I don't think you should, but look, as soon as enough of us start dying, they'll fix it. All right. Now, what are you worried
Yeah,
about?
I
You
know.
What's the problem?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
poisoned
know,
myself
It's a
enough.
There'll be
tale
some
as
kind
old
of
as
bug
time.
substitute for you to eat, like crickets, like some kind of cricket grasshopper mash,
Yeah.
mix up to eat, to snack on.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly poisoning myself. I don't need their extra like additives and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're getting it. You're getting it in your air. You're getting it in your
No, I know.
shower. You're getting it.
I
It's
know,
everywhere.
that's what I'm saying. It's if it's against my will poisoning, I don't like it.
It's so weird though. Like people, they don't care. No one
Yeah.
even looks at a label. People look
Regular
at me like I'm
poisoning
crazy in the
myself
grocery
is
store.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Cheers,
I got
Jaden.
cheers. I got more
Cheers.
poison right here. Yeah, sorry, I had a soft intro. I forgot where I was for like
Oh, that was your soft
solid
intro.
8 minutes. Huh?
That was your soft intro.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot that we were
Recording, doing a
no, I
podcast.
thought well,
live.
I forgot that I forgot that we started recording and I was still thinking about telling them about my 3-way mirror or something in my shower.
Yeah, that's
And
good
so
stuff.
that was
Yeah, you never know. Like I have the same thing. We're talking about things, and I'm like, "Do we finish talking about that through mirror?" Because I got more. I got a lot more thoughts on about that mirror, and like your whole process for cutting your own hair in the shower.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it before we went on air. That's what I'm trying
Oh,
to
were we? Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know if I had already mentioned part of it or whatever, but
Unknowable.
that's my new what
What are we
about
going to talk about tonight, though?
Yeah, Paul Pelosi.
Yeah, you got. Yeah. So,
That's him getting attacked with a hammer is the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, let me start with this part here. So, like, after this happened, a lot of jokes came out, and then you had the douches that were like, "This is not right," like you shouldn't be making fun of this. And I want to explain why it's totally okay. Because like if this is you, if you get attacked by some deranged person in the middle of like wherever the hell you are in Akron, Ohio, like to the Pelosi's, you're a statistic. Like they don't care about you. They could care about they're not going to joke about you because they don't even know about you or care about you. Like, yeah, there's no memes of you. That's right. And like when there's that Republican senator Rand Paul, his neighbor attacked him and like kicked, like literally, I think gave him a beat down, like kicked his ass, broke his ribs and shit. Like, I think, what's her name? Christine Pelosi, their daughter in the Pelosi family tweeted, Rand Paul's neighbor was right. So it wasn't even a joke. Like she wasn't even making a joke. She was just kind of like matter of factly just making a statement that
He got it right.
That he deserved to have his ass kicked for his opinions. So it's like, and now we're supposed to
keep that same energy.
light up. I mean, I'm going to go later, we're supposed to go outside and punch a candle through a paper plate, for this dude.
Yeah.
Because
I stopped pulling punches a long fucking time ago.
I mean, I understand, like, like I'm not a victim blamer.
I am.
Because look, if this guy, I mean, he's got a handyman fetish. You know what I mean? He's an older man. He's got a handyman fetish. He likes to pick up young homeless dudes that look like handymen and like give him a hammer and role play.
Hey, I'm a handyman.
Who am I to like?
Belt.
Who am I to victim blame him?
Yeah.
When they forgot to set a safe word.
I resent that. That guy does not look like a handyman. I mean, unless you're looking to have your fucking butthole.
Hey, you know what? A handy.
Well, his particular fetish. Look
for everybody.
Look, if his fetish is an out of shape handyman, coming over to his house late at night, breaking, like kicking down the door and, playing hammer.
Hey, the glass came from the inside.
Yeah. Well, if your handyman also moonlights as a fucking nude hippie, like nudist
Yeah.
retard. Like,
Look, if Nancy
You say
Pelosi's
nude hippie
husband,
like
Probably
it's a
isn't that
bad
good.
thing.
yeah, you're better off screwing in the light bulb yourself.
look,
That's what I'm saying.
in all seriousness, if Nancy Pelosi's husband wants to go to nudist colonies and pick up young gay homeless people and bring them back for a little hammer duel,
I
You know?
respect that.
he doesn't deserve to get beaten up.
No.
He doesn't deserve that. It's not right.
No.
But anyway, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, the carelessness.
The guy can be a gay prostitute and also be crazy and violent. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
What do we know? Like, seriously, like,
Yeah.
what are the facts? Like,
I love that Ace found out on the air that the guy wasn't wearing panties.
neither of them were wearing pants, right?
When he was like, he was disappointed or something. I love Ace's take because Ace was like, it's
He
a
was
funny
like, what? He wasn't in his underwear.
part of it is a funny take to like, what if Paul Pelosi is just a good dude and he's just like, he's at home. Like you're Paul Pelosi, you're at home. Your wife is out of town. She's even in another country, right? You're just like, oh man, I got the fucking place to myself. I'm gonna get hammered. I'm gonna have a porn marathon on the big screen. And then and all of a sudden at like 2 a.m, you're shit faced, you're dehydrated, of course, and some crazy guy walks in, you're gonna be a little bewildered. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, what's going on here? You're not gonna be like, did I fantasize this? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
So in his defense, like this could be like the weirdest shit because of course he's going to be in his underwear, right? His wife is out of town in another country.
He said that Paul probably thought, wait, did I break into your house?
yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, when you're hammered, you're just like, I was like, oh my God, this is like an episode of Quantum Leap, and my younger self has come here to solve a crime. Like what? Like you're in your underwear, you're hammered, and you're all of a sudden you're staring at some young dude in his underwear.
In his underwear.
Yeah, imagine the head rubbing that Nancy Pelosi's doing. Just like, God, I left the country for 1 week. I needed you to not do was get assaulted by a nudist.
Yeah.
In his underwear.
Dude's gonna have to turn over all his passwords.
So seriously though, like, how did the guy? So the guy was. That's what I'm asking. Like, I haven't been keeping up with the story. I heard.
Neither have I, but don't let that stop me.
Story, and I'm running with that.
Me too.
But
I mean, I let little bits and pieces come in.
So
funny parts, but that's it.
So the guy was naked or in his underwear and wandering through a really nice neighborhood.
Well, the story
And
now
he
is that
didn't
he was looking for Nancy Pelosi. He had a file. Did he have a file? He had
a file with him. See this file?
Listen, he said he came in and he said, "Where's
Hey, by the way, just for future reference, anybody that wants to break in my house and fucking blackmail me or kill me, I'm gonna trust that you got the file. Okay, you don't need to bring it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take your word for it, bro.
Now, CNN said
I don't need documentation.
CNN said that he came in and he said, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Question mark, exclamation point. So according to no one, it's like they have no. That's what they're saying. Yeah, like. But anyway, like, yeah, I'm giving. I mean, I do want to give this dude a little credit. Like, he probably was hammered. Paul Pelosi, like he probably was.
There's the only thing I can tell 100% for sure is Paul Pelosi was hammered. That is the
drunk. Are you meaning drunk? Wait.
Either regular hammered or air quotes hammered.
Whatever the sentence started with, I don't know. The sentence ends with Paul Pelosi was hammered. Okay, so I don't know what means whatever route we got to take to get there. That is the one thing that we know. That is the one. One could argue the one single solitary shred of proof and fact.
He should come out
that Paul Pelosi was hammered.
If I was him, I would make a statement.
It could be double true. It could be triple true.
Quadruple. It could be all the hammers.
Yeah, it could be all the hammers, all the holes. But I'm saying, like, what do we know? So so he was wandering through a really nice neighborhood, and he stumbles onto
No,
I'm
they're
about to say,
saying that
way too
he
many-
knew where he
you
was
get to Nancy
going.
Pelosi's house, you're taking way too many steps. You're gonna get a Reese's Pieces. These are inciting traitor fucking assholes. Okay.
Yeah.
The Mexicans.
Why
have
don't
done
they
that.
have
We're gonna talk about
cameras?
this.
Why don't they have Ring doorbells? I saw her refrigerator. I think that they probably do. That's all I'm saying. They have to have some footage of this guy coming in.
She's the third. Is
I'll tell you the
she
latest.
third in
The
line
very
for, like, president or something.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. The very
Yes.
latest. The very latest is that when the police got there, like he let them in casually and then walked back towards the dude. He wasn't like, he didn't like open the door and be like, and it wasn't like charge, you know, like open the door and get out of the way so they can go take this guy down. He like opened the door and then just like walked back towards the guy. And that's the guy.
There was
That's
a
when the
third
guy, that's when the guy hit him with a hammer.
I heard the third guy thing too.
So I'm
I
just
heard that-
like,
I heard a completely different guy answer the door. He's like, "Well, come on."
there
in."
was an early report about a third person that opened the door, but I'm starting to think like they had a deal. Like, look, dude, we're caught. So when the cops get here, hit me with the hammer.
Doesn't the, like, Ace always talks about like the headline, you know, that's all people remember. Like, I'm just going to choose to remember Friday's news that, you know, the guy was in his underwear and they were fighting over a hammer. So that's what I got on Friday.
No, they both had hammers. So
That's
that's
right.
what, like,
Wait, they
I'm
both
just
had
like,
hammers?
man, you got hammers everywhere in this place. Like, what's up? Like, you got like hammer in this drawer, hammer sitting on the counter, hammer on
I
the
liked
coffee
your
table.
take though about the DUI, that he would lose like his access to anything but a hammer, maybe.
By the way, that's the least handy guy ever. He just shows up with two hammers. Like, I got you, nigga. Like, what?
Yeah, like what's up?
Okay.
Yeah. Something,
Yeah,
something's not right. Well,
There's
like
two. You're serious about the two hammers thing?
all
On Friday
Was
there
that-
were
was
two
that a
hammers.
joke?
There were two hammers and two
There's
pairs
two
of underwear
hammers?
on Fridays.
something like that, and like it's like it's out of like a weird movie because like
The weirdest movie ever. Yeah.
so he walks back to the guy, and then one report says then the
Then I
guy
could type it into Pornhub and find it.
yeah the guy grabbed the hammer out of Paul Pelosi's hand and then hit him with it. But what got me was like the whole, as soon as the story came out, it was like he was hit with a hammer, but he's going to make a full recovery.
Yeah. Nobody survives a hammer attack, really.
And then
Not a flush hit. It
and
occasionally.
they were just trying to like minimize it, like, oh, and I was like, you know, you're like, oh, okay, full recovery sounds good. Then they're just like, well, he's, you know, like he's about to go into brain surgery, emergency brain recovery, but he's going to have a full recovery. Like, really? Like, that seems
I
like
thought he was out like 3 days later.
he's out now.
They're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a skull fracture.
But they
he's
just kept
on
throwing
death's
this brain
doorstep,
surgery.
Then he
Yeah,
just walked out.
they
He's
just
like
kept
tweaking.
throwing the brain surgery thing in there. So they were like, he's going into brain surgery, but he's going to make a full recovery. It's like, okay, well, that, I guess they're really good at brain surgery now, you know? And then it's like, then he's out of brain surgery and he's going to make a full recovery. It's like, oh, okay. I guess it's just like brain surgery is just not a big deal. Like,
Yeah, like the
ru-
publicist.
it's like
fucked up the-
routine.
The
Don't
publicist.
they have to
fucked
like
up the
shave your
timing.
head and like pull off part of your skull to do brain surgery?
I guess. And then he's gone
No,
home
no,
today
no.
and
See,
it's
I
like,
used to
oh, I
think that.
guess.
I know
Yeah.
that they don't. I know a chick that had an aneurysm and they stuck like a scope up her thigh and somehow like went to her brain. She didn't have to shave her head or anything. It's crazy.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Oh.
Like they go through an artery or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
There was just a lot of weird stuff about like this happened, but full recovery. And then like
yeah,
they break something like he's about to go into emergency brain surgery, but full recovery expected. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like the
all right,
publicist
all right.
fucked up when she went to the media. Like he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
just tell him that I gotta have brain surgery, and then later, like 8 hours later, tell him that everything's good and I'm gonna survive and I made a full recovery. And she's like, okay, and she's writing it down.
If you're a
Then media person
conspiracy,
comes up and they're like, well, what's going on? And she's like, oh, brain surgery, full recovery. Shit, you know, and like she fucked it up, like she fucked up the timing.
well, I felt like they were like they kept saying full recovery, like they were trying to maybe, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you're like, well, they're just trying to minimize this and like make it kind of like, hey, don't worry, everybody. And then they're like brain surgery, but hey, don't worry, everybody.
yeah,
You know,
I don't
move
know.
along. You don't want to talk to him. Like, just let's move along here. Let's move on from this story.
Yeah, the thing that makes me most skeptical is that they pretend like they don't understand why we're skeptical. And that makes like, you know what I mean? That makes me even
That's a
more
great
skeptical.
point.
It's like, damn, are you up to more than I already think you're up to? Like
Yeah.
when I thought you were like I can't even imagine that. Like I didn't even like I
He
know
just
you're
got
just some
arrested for
kid and I
DUI
hate
with
you.
another guy in the car, right? And that got swept under the rug like it was nothing. That was a couple
Wait,
weeks
do what?
ago.
What happened?
Was another guy in the car? Or who
Wait,
was
what
there?
happened?
There
I
was
heard there was
someone
another
in
guy
the
in the-
car.
I heard there was.
He had like a
Somebody-
Jeffrey Dahmer twink escapee situation. Okay.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
No, I did hear he had some gay shit in his past. He's had a
No,
couple-
no, no. Like he got arrested for a DUI, and there was somebody else in the car, right? He was coming back with somebody.
Yeah, it was Clay Aiken.
Well, we're joking
Don't
around a
solely
lot.
Clay Aiken's good name. Damn it, Jaden.
Yeah. Hey, I like Clay Aiken.
So
Nothing
do I.
wrong with that. I'm just saying he was in the trunk. I don't.
All
It has nothing to do with me.
all conspiracy theories are based on something, and
Little
all
teaspoon of truth.
all these are surrounding or are based on the fact that we don't trust a single word that comes out of any of your mouths.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if your
Whether
last
you're
name
like-
is Pelosi.
that, or whether you're like work for the New York Post or NBC News or the San Francisco Police Department's media spokespeople, whatever. Like, no, we just don't believe any of you.
I
people.
just will never forget that old bitch walking with a hair drape on, getting her hair done while my daughter's salon was closed and she could not make a living. So fuck Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah, that's on top of all the insider trading that she's been doing.
On top of all of that, yeah. But also,
well,
the
I
other
mean, it's really strange because, like, yeah, Paul Pelosi, he's a financial wizard,
part.
right? He's
Mhm.
just like a
Something
guru
like that,
of like
yeah.
predicting the markets, but totally unaware of crime.
Weird.
Mhm.
Totally unaware of the concept of crime and locked doors.
The only crime that he committed was adultery.
Weird.
You know? And I don't even give a fuck about
Yeah.
his marriage. Like, if
Well, I mean,
I'd
look,
be looking for stray, nippy, gay nudists.
that's out of line.
Cover him
You
too.
can't say that. You
See what he
can't
has
say
to
that.
fuck
Look,
on the weekends.
no, that's out of line. Look, if his wife gave him permission to have gay hammer duels with young homeless men, you can't judge.
For Paul Pelosi's
It's
sake,
if
I
his
hope that
wife
it's all
gave him,
true.
it's not adultery. If his wife was like, no, go ahead and go ahead and hang out at those nudist.
That might be their agreement when she's out of town.
Yeah,
I
technically, it's not adultery. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, I don't even care whether it is or what isn't. For Paul Pelosi's sake, I hope this is his gay lover and that they shared something special. Like I'm
Yeah.
not even being.
He
like,
should write a novel about it.
I'm saying like I really deeply. I hope that he like deep. I hope that he's living his truth.
I do too.
Seriously, like for his sake, I hope that he's at least getting it until it went south and everything. And it's sad he sustained some injuries.
You hope he can beat off to this incident.
Well,
Move on from it.
He had brain surgery or something yesterday, and now he's fine. Now he's at the club again. Now he's at the nudist-
Club.
he's on Hippie Hollow. He's at Hippie Hollow right now.
Oh, that'd be funny if like next weekend, like,
He gets
there's
caught
been
like a-
another
glory hole.
break in.
he gets he gets caught in like a George Michael fucking truck stop glory hole. He's like, no, I don't know this guy.
Yeah, if it's in the break in a couple weeks from now, we'll know.
Yeah, well,
Then
I was like,
we'll know.
wow, he was
Then
he was
we'll
in, he
know.
was in an altercation at a rest stop, but he had a flat tire and ran out of gas, and that's all that happened.
well, the second crime that Pelosi committed was getting such a shitty like employee. Like I can for that type of money, the type of money that they have from
Yeah,
the insider
yeah.
trading, I will find you the hottest fucking piece of ass in town. I'm taking 10%. That's fine.
Who can also like be
I'll-
a security guard too, like that? Who knows, like
Who's
Yeah,
not going to
I'll
fight your
just-
husband with a hammer?
who
Yeah,
can fend?
yeah,
who
let's
knows how
start
to
there.
fend off? Who doesn't bring a hammer to a hammer fight?
Well, to be fair to Paul Pelosi, which is the last thing I'm ever trying to be.
I don't think you should.
No,
But go
well,
ahead,
I'm just
proceed.
saying, I know how, once again, how jaded these people can be. He's probably already been that route. Like they probably already had, this is how deep and sick my mind is. Like this has already played out many, many times and they've chased off, they've had employees.
I've
they've
had counseling
people on
about this.
payroll. Okay.
Hammer
There was
fights?
deep conspiracies afoot. Okay. It was very scandalous. A lot of money but behind closed
They
doors.
agreed there would be no more hammers in the house.
Yeah.
That's why he brought 2 hammers, obviously.
Yeah, he's like, well, I knew he didn't have
Please
one.
bring a hammer.
He has a strict no hammer policy in his house, so I know he needs one. No, but no, with the giant dildos for, well, that's no. But anyway, this is so what I'm saying, this is how deep and sick my mind is that he's already moved on from, like, he's already had the hot piece of ass that was on the payroll, was security, was assistant or whatever. He's already fucked them.
Yeah.
They're doing well, by the way. Good for them.
Yeah.
They
get the stock trades too. You don't think they're not getting the insider trading? Come on.
I don't feel for these people.
No.
Okay?
No,
These
I don't
gay
either.
lovers. It's fine.
These hammer boys, if you will.
Yeah. And he's already been down that road. So now he's into the dark underworld of the gay, like.
And in San Francisco, it's everywhere. I mean, it's so dark and
like he's had a licensed gay hammer therapist. Now he's going like bootleg, homeless.
Exactly.
Homeless
Exactly.
ones.
He's going the other direction. So
yeah,
he's had the hottest, tightest ass in all of San Francisco, probably all over the world.
Right.
He's jet setting, just fucking anal blasting.
It's got like a monkeypox death wish.
Yes. Yeah. And so he's over the young hot ass.
Yes.
Like that's lame to him. What he wants is that deep, dark, dirty, hairy, fucking hippie asshole.
A little bipolar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, makes it exciting. It makes it exciting.
Bipolar.
Either way.
What if he has a criminal history? I come faster. Like if you could show me, that's the file that he showed up with, by the way. He's like, I got documentation.
Show me the prescriptions you're on.
Like, oh.
Give me the hammer.
That's exactly. Yeah. Give me the hammer.
Oh man. All right, let's hammer this because it's not fair to this guy. Like again, he's a victim.
Yes.
And also he's probably got a broken heart right now. He's a
victim of love.
Yeah. To each his own.
I will buy the book when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just. Oh yeah.
Also, I'm pausing because I'm not sure if I want to move on from this topic yet.
Oh yeah, we can move on. Yeah. We've we've hammered this topic.
Oh, I was so excited for this one tonight.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh my god.
What are there any conspiracy theories we haven't touched on yet? Any is Hillary Clinton involved in this, Kwana? Any from your sources?
You know what?
Deep conspiracy web.
Well, no. But I do think Hillary's behind the Kanye stuff. Just so you
none you can share without
What's the Kanye stuff?
Oh boy. What?
I think Kanye's been cleared up by Kyrie Irving now.
Yeah, he just laid low long enough.
Kyrie Irving used to be my favorite basketball player until he opened his mouth like once. Yeah. And then I was just done with him. I still like to watch him play, but
his teeth or like what?
Just shit that he says.
Accent, I don't know. Shit he says. Yeah. I haven't really heard him say much.
You haven't heard him.
Didn't he stand up against Big Pharma? Kind of down with that.
I haven't really watched it. I don't watch interviews of him, but he stood up. Yeah, he didn't get vaccinated or whatever.
It's the broken clock theory.
Oh, yeah.
Broken clock right twice a day. Every once in a while, he says some shit.
Jaden's watching the pressers every day on ESPN. I got it.
No, I'm not. I don't give a fuck about NBA, whatever. Oh, by the way, I might be going to the World Series, Game 7, Houston.
Oh, that'd be great, man.
Yeah, that would be fucking great.
Yeah, athletes are tough as role models or like spokespersons, people for any cause, because like they may, in their heart of hearts, they may really be into it, but man, you know, like when they start opening their mouth and stuff, they may not be the best communicators that you want.
Yeah, maybe not.
Except for Dennis Rodman. Keep it
Dennis
real.
Rodman was great.
Just kidding.
I like Dennis Rodman. He does say dumb shit, but did you see that clip of Stephen A. Smith saying that he's underpaid? And he was like going off.
Oh man, Stephen A. Smith.
I don't know how you feel about that guy. I've hated that guy for like.
I can't.
know who that
I think
is.
he's just the worst.
I don't know who that
He's
is.
the worst.
You know what? Picture an annoying Jew and then make them black.
He just looks like a fucking Muppet head.
He looks like a gay Jewish black Muppet baby.
Just one of these, like, he's like if you went to like central casting and we're like, I need a loudmouth, like semi barely controversial, like contrarian sports guy that like yells and like talks loud, blah blah blah. And like they'd be like, oh, here he is, right here. Here he is. Everybody hates this guy. Like,
you ever notice everything's always impetuous? I'm appalled.
Yeah, it's like
it's incredulous. Like, is that even a word? Like, what? Like, he's always doing that.
He's a clown. Like his own people that he thinks he's like, you know, like they've caught on to the fact he's a clown.
Gotcha. Is he one of those words that you were using today? What's it called? Bebops? Bebop?
Oh, he's a gatekeeper.
A bebop? Is that what it is?
No, he's not Hotep. No.
Hotep. Not a Hotep.
Not Stephen A. No.
Okay.
What's Hotep?
Oh, this podcast I listen to, like this Hotep movement. It's like it's these black guys, and they I don't know. It's hard to describe. They're funny. It's kind of a comedy. I think kind of a comedy, like political news commentary podcast. But
so you listen to the Black Panther podcast? That's what I heard.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Me too.
No, but they don't like Stephen A. Smith because he's just like, you know, like spends a lot of his time just like tearing down like young black kids. You know,
well, he's everything you hate.
He made his bones like really like that's, I don't know if you noticed, like it was like 6 months ago, like Kwame Brown, the guy that played with Michael Jordan at the Wizards, but like he went after Stephen A. Smith publicly.
I'm gonna have to Google his face.
Yeah, and
Stephen A. Smith,
because Stephen A. Smith kind of like made his name going after this kid. It was like an 18-year-old, like first round draft pick out of high school.
How much you wait? By the way, I bet that she knows.
Oh my god, that guy's haircut! I do know that guy. You should have said the guy that has the haircut that goes like that.
No way that you can't. You're looking at Stephen A. Smith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith is everything.
It looks like a drawing. You look like a Simpsons haircut for a black guy.
Oh, is that what his hair looks like now? Okay, I don't know. I was picturing like a younger, thinner Stephen A. Smith. That's even worse. But
he's just like a paid, like he's just like kind of like empty, like whatever, like just filling a role. Like ESPN was like, goes to central casting and is like, we need a loudmouth, outspoken, not afraid to doesn't hold back, no holds barred, you know.
Yeah.
Muppet. Yeah.
He's everything.
And doesn't Ace look more and more like a Muppet? He looks more and more like a Muppet. His face is getting long. I have a long face, but his face is getting longer.
I'm not sure what's going on with Ace, man. And like wearing, like he's like slowly, like his glasses, like he started wearing these like Harry Carey, you know, like the Chicago Cubs play-by-play guy. Like
that's a bold glasses though. I like a bold glasses on a guy.
Right. But then like now you got gray hair and you got like crazy eyebrows and like you got those frames and you're yelling about like poor people coming to your neighborhood to trick or treat.
He's starting to look like a crank.
And now you're crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Now you're crazy. Like he's wearing those like really weird, like it's Pat.
Mr. Burcham.
Pat from SNL too.
Well, I was gonna say Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is everything you hate about an annoying, like little shit white guy.
Yeah, he's just filling a role.
Then he's black, and so you're not allowed to say anything somehow.
Except for us, we're allowed to say it.
Oh yeah, we're allowed to rant into this.
I think a lot of people like I think Stephen A. Smith kind of dare to say like transcends race because he's so annoying and like so like stereotypical of like not black guy, but like stereotypical of like loudmouth radio, sports, TV personality. Like that's so like he's like above it. So
Yeah, black dudes, they love him too. I'm just like, explain to me why. Like I've literally had this conversation. Explain to me what you like about Stephen A. Smith.
I don't think all of them do.
Because
I think
he be saying the truth and shit. I'm like, you're stupid. Get away from me. Like,
yeah, I think there's a
nobody
lot
can
of
ever
like,
explain what they like about him. Now he's saying that he's underpaid, and it's like, didn't he make like $12 million
yeah.
last year? 12, 14 million for doing what exactly? He's a piece of shit.
It's like some people are in a weird place where they're not quite sure if like integrity or wealth, like they're just like flip and flop on like like 1 week like
Jimmy Kimmel was
he's
on
just
the
full of shit,
Kardashians
and
last
like,
week.
and then the next thing it's like, well, yeah, I know they're full of shit, but they're they're just getting theirs, they're just getting theirs, like.
It's gross.
And then the next week they're just like, oh, they just spit the truth, and the next week no, they're just getting there. It's like, all right, you got to make up your mind. Like, you want to be a fucking clown, or do you want to like be yourself? I think people don't get the feeling that Stephen A. Smith is not really like kind of wakes up in the morning and he's like, well, my co-hosts say this, so I'm going to say that, and it's going to be really colorful and entertaining. And
yeah,
that's what he gets paid for. Yeah,
he thinks he offers something to society. You remember? Here's another conspiracy that I never fell for was fucking. What's that fat fuck's name? Siskel and Ebert. Is that it? Is that
yeah?
What
They were
these fucking jerk offs.
I
They would just come and criticize me. He was like, "Oh, you shouldn't watch that," and here's why. I was like, okay, who are you again? Like,
I remember back when they had like a
make a
monopoly
movie
on
and
that.
it was dog shit.
Yeah.
Did they?
They made a movie and it was like, it's like one of the worst rated on, their own fucking website or whatever.
I remember back like early days where like that was it.
That was the only thing.
There was no internet. Like, you had to watch this show called Siskel and Ebert Go to the Movies that was like 30 minutes long. And maybe it was on like Saturday night, and then it was on like a rerun maybe. But like, yeah, they were gatekeepers, I guess. They were really influential, like had a lot of power back then.
Well, the movies, you
crazy.
went, which was crazy because back then you went to whatever the movie was. There weren't mass releases. It was just whatever was there. That's what you went to go see. So everyone was going to see the movie either way, probably.
Yeah, and for some strange reason, every movie said Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs up. It was like, well, wait.
No, they didn't like some movies.
Like, y'all just gave Turner and Hooch 2 thumbs up. Like, what?
That's a great movie, Jaden.
That is actually a really good
this
movie.
Is
I'm not fucking Siskel and Ebert. I love it. I'm just saying, they're handing the shit out. Like,
it's not that I grew up and I couldn't go to the movies, but like I remember watching that show like for like a free glimpse of the movie itself. Because they would show you like 2 minutes of the movie.
No, me and Jordan were just talking about this.
You'd get a little bit more than a trailer. You'd get a little bit more, and you'd be like, "Oh, I feel like I just got something for free." Like,
well, there was, me and Jordan were just talking about this. Like, you had to watch whatever was on. Like, it's hard to explain these days, and like, I can't. It was like, now it seems like it's hell, and I was like, and I think back, and I was like, oh wait, no, it was hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially now that I'm looking back at it, but there's no good reason that I've seen every episode of Gilligan's Island twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even really like show.
Like, I often question.
It's good and everything, but I didn't need to catch every episode. I caught it because that was what.
Sometimes I wonder why someone my age would have seen every episode of Saved by the Bell. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Because I was like, but it's like I have, and because it was on, like, like I had cable, but like it was on at a period, like you'd get them from school, or it'd be like midday, and everything else, every other cable channel just had like infomercials.
Yep. What about Facts of Life?
But like TBS had
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
We were just talking about I was trying to for like fucking you ever get like a brain fart that lasts like 2 weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks.
I don't do mushrooms like that.
What it was for me was what it was. No, I was completely sober when this happened. What it was for me for like 2 weeks, I couldn't think of the theme. It ended up being Perry Mason.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about old themes, like, because
how's that one go?
it's like, I can't remember it now. All I knew was the theme, but there's like no way to look that up. Like all I could do was, I think it was more like, I think it was like, ba-da-dum, dum-dum, ba-da-dum, dum-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, something like that, right? And so for like like an asshole, like for the next 3 weeks, I'm like trying to explain to people, I'm like at my soccer games, like, hey, do you remember this song? And they're like, yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't know.
Welcome to my life before the internet.
Yeah,
There's a song by Diana
way to
Ross.
look that up.
I know. Well, you're right. You're right.
Like even with the internet, there's some things
you're
that
right.
You're talking about like there should be an app that lets you go like it's not like what's that app? Shazam.
I love Shazam.
It's an app that would just let you be like da 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 dum da 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 dum.
Well,
and then give you like maybe not guess it on the first try, but like within the first 3 or 4.
Yeah, my husband plays
like you don't have to play it or listen
with
to
the tongs, the barbecue tongs. He plays it every time like it's the right sound. And I think that you have to have more. You have to have some syllables. You can't just be.
Well, sounds. If you Google it, what Google tells you is that there's technology that, and here's another conspiracy. Ironically, it's Google telling you, oh yeah, the technology where you can just hum into the phone and we'll tell you what it is. Yeah, go ahead and do that. And then so for like for the next 10 minutes, like an asshole, I'm just sitting here trying to hum into my phone. It does not work. I promise you, it doesn't. I did this like fucking this was like a couple weeks ago for like 2 weeks solid.
You were humming into your phone.
Yeah, well, I'm not humming into my phone. I would do that at night, when I didn't have, when I got off work. But while I was working all day, it was eating at me.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I knew that I couldn't hum it in my phone aimlessly.
I heard a song by Diana Ross when I was 14 years old. It's called Muscle. And she says that she wants muscle. And I would tell people about the song. I would sing the song to people and they'd be like, I've never heard that song. And I only heard it I used to go to a Wednesday night. I had a fake ID and they would let underage, like 18 and under, in early, but the guys would take off. It was like a male strip review on Wednesday nights, ladies' night. Nice. And one of the strippers came out to that song and it would be, I want muscle. And then he would do his muscles like this. And no one, Jaden, I was alive for a long time with no internet, a long time. And no one had ever heard the song. And I would sing it for people. It was probably one of the first things that I Googled, one of the first songs that I added to playlist, because people would say, I've never heard it. Like, you're crazy. There's no way there wasn't an encyclopedia for fucking Diana Ross songs.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, I do understand. Maybe they didn't spend as much time at strip clubs also. I mean, that is also possible.
It could be.
But I do know what you're saying. The frustration. I feel like that's important.
It was right over my fence. Like, what was I supposed to do? Like, we could sneak out and go right into the parking lot.
Yeah. Well, hey, no, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, I would argue you're judging other people for not knowing this male stripper song.
Exactly.
I actually don't. People always think I like strip clubs. I don't. I don't ever go to the strip club. They make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, they only end in frustration, really.
Well, I know guys. I don't,
unless you're in like Bangkok or something. It's like.
Yeah. Well, Paul Pelosi does not.
I know. We've talked about him enough. We've covered enough of Bangkok.
It's always a happy ending for him.
What is that song? This is a song that
Bangkok.
One Night in Bangkok.
Paul Pelosi's favorite song.
Yeah, I mean,
by Diana Ross.
Just because that's his favorite song. Just because he likes to get down and boogie.
Yeah, well, if only Quana had met Paul Pelosi pre-internet, he would have known that song. I assure you.
I assure you would have known that song. He probably greased that guy up.
He produced that fucking song. He was like Rick Rubin up in the studio. Now,
What if you see the body cam footage of the cops? They like slip on all the grease on the oil on the floor.
Yeah, it is odd that
It's like
the
a
fucking-
America's Funniest Home Videos of like all these cops like falling down.
Oh my god.
There's so much lube everywhere.
yeah, it is odd that the body cam footage is like the fucking. it just
We can't ask
disappeared.
for that. That makes you racist.
Yeah, George
Quit
Ford-
asking.
George
so
Ford came out
racist.
3 days later. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Pelosi never.
Again, like
Racist.
conspiracies, the
Yeah.
conspiracy are they're all based on we just don't believe anything. Like if you could tell us one, like you can tell us one, and we'll just be like, we just assume the opposite. Whatever you're
Yeah.
saying, we just
Yeah,
assume
we're
you're
like-
lying.
We're like, well, we don't really trust you about the Paul Pelosi thing. And we're like, but why? Well, those JFK documents that
Like,
are locked
yeah, how
up
much
in,
time you got?
2072. And he's like, oh, let's
Yeah,
not
like-
talk about that. You know, like,
Yeah. Because Pfizer wants to hide the results for 75 years. So we don't trust you guys anymore. How about that?
I was like, I
Oh
mean,
boy.
you know, I'm not the most skeptical guy in the world, but whenever you lock files away for like decades, that's a little
Yeah.
suspicious.
Yeah.
You know, I still don't understand how that's a thing. I also don't understand when somebody gets sentenced and they're like, you got 293 years. It's like, why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like, is there
You're in
some
jail till you're
legal-
dead. Stay in jail till you're dead. Like
What's the
same
difference
thing.
between that and life?
But yeah,
I
because
think they
like
just like to announce. They enjoy saying that number is like 293 years.
what if you
Goes
got
home
what
and
if you
while he's fucking his wife?
but listen,
know,
hear me out. What if
Or,
you
or
like
he's fucking this handyman. He's
Hear me
whispering
out.
in his ear.
hear me out? What if you murdered someone, you got 40 years, right? And then all of a sudden in that 40 years they discover a pill that like for eternal youth or like gives you extra time. You're just like, sweet.
I have a pill.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
Go
Aging
to-
backwards.
Don't tell Paul.
Yeah.
Pelosi's
Yeah, there you go.
attacking.
They already know. Yeah. That's the conspiracy is that they're drinking the
You
adrenaline.
gotta make sure you gotta put like 290 years on these people. Yeah.
Well, no, you know what? I could save these
Probably
retired
not
people some
likely.
time and just say life.
Have you seen Nancy Pelosi's jugs?
No, can we?
Yeah, she was on the beach this summer with them out. Like
Oh, you know,
she
them
looks
fake-
good for
No, them
90.
hoes are fake as hell.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, yeah. It's like that does not impress me. Like, it's like look at Cher and her. It's like that. Yeah, it's like
Cher's
all
dating
right.
a 27-year-old.
Yeah, it's like you have nothing to do all day and unlimited money. Like, I'm not really impressed by the shape of your body.
Yeah, you know, one thing I miss from 90s movies is whenever they would make the plastic explosives Cher reference, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's more plastic than Cher."
Yeah,
Was that just one movie that they did?
I,
And I'm
I don't know. I feel like it's like she's so old. Like the jokes,
yeah.
they're like, yeah, it's like
Been
even
around
Cher
for a
jokes are
while.
like, you know, like who's that now? Yeah.
Well, I was trying to explain. That's another one that I was gonna hum. I was trying to hum for some reason. I don't know why. I was humming that other song that Sonny and Cher had.
I got you, babe.
Not that one. The other one. And I was trying to explain it to Jordan. I was like, they had another fucking song, and I was like,
I'm sure they
Don't sing
did.
it.
I'm
How does
sure
it
I
go?
Oh,
heard it.
yeah.
but it's called.
I like Half Breed. That's my theme song.
It's like something about is they never knew my dad. I no.
That was a theme in the 70s.
Yeah. I never knew I can't stay.
We were more like Captain and Tennille fans.
Oh yeah.
Baby Don't Go.
Little-
That
Peaches
was
and
what
Herb.
it was.
A little less
Peaches and Herb.
ethnic.
You remember Baby Don't
You know?
Go? That's what it is. Baby Don't Go. That was them, right?
Hey, don't get us kicked off YouTube. You got to dub in
Yeah.
words.
Captain
yeah.
and Tennille. Yeah, that was a weird. Yeah, it's a weird. I never really thought about that, but I might spend a few minutes this week, like talking about or like researching, like were Sonny and Cher friends with Captain and Tennille?
Oh yeah.
Was
They,
it-
they
they had
hang
variety
out?
shows back in
Was
the day.
that
I
the
bet you
one-
can
was
find
that the
some.
one-
Like, did Sonny and Cher invite Captain and Tennille back to the reservation, and then
Oh,
Captain and
the
Tennille had Sonny and Cher on their yacht?
Were they the ones that made the song about muskrats fucking?
Muskrat
I think
love.
so. Yeah.
Muskrat
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
That is proof that cocaine exists.
Yeah, I
Like, if
remember seeing
aliens
like
come to this planet.
it was a
If you
weird
needed
period where
proof,
you'd
that's
see
a
people
good-
on network television, like in studios with like full lights, but wearing glasses like you're wearing now.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
You know what I mean?
I mean, what?
Like I know you, we're good, but like you'd see these like celebrities like Captain Tennille, they'd always be wearing like glasses. Like, yeah, they're all whacked out of their minds.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
wasn't he always wearing like a boat captain hat or something? Or is that a
I
different?
think
was a
maybe
captain,
they
Jaden.
both were.
I guess they both wore those.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh,
all you
wow.
had to do back then was to get a captain's license, wear a hat. Like a hat.
I want one of those hats now.
Just like if you wanted to ride a train, all you needed was like overalls and one of those blue and white striped hats.
Okay, now she had a bowl cut, not a hat.
Tennille.
So, Tennille.
Oh, okay. Hey, can
Yeah.
you pull up Nancy Pelosi's titties?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's a
No,
good
I
thing.
said it.
I wonder if
said
they were
it.
friends or like if Captain Tennille, because I think they were much smaller, like they weren't as popular, or if they like were like hated each other, you know.
You know what would bring it full circle? If it was
Jaden.
Cher, Sonny, Captain Tennille,
And Nancy Pelosi's
Nancy and
titties.
Paul. Nancy and Paul. Oh, wait, whoa, hold on. Okay, wow. That's not what I pictured when you described them.
They're so
Pictured a-
big.
I pictured a slender physique.
No, but if you crop that, Jaden, come on, watch this. I'm gonna crop it. I'm gonna crop her out.
Well, big tits only really matter if the rest of your body isn't way bigger.
Not to Paul
You know what I mean?
Pelosi. He's using this for a reason.
I mean, it does make you wonder.
Yeah. I mean, those.
I mean, it's sad because it's
titties.
like, it's like, that's not, she's not really for me, but like, it's sad that she's got that. And like, he's out at like homeless encampments picking up gay homeless hammer dudes. I mean, it's tragic.
Is
You
it
know?
tragic though? I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I
am
once
too.
again, for his sake, I hope this is all true, and I hope that he's living a joyful life. Like, I really hope that he's like, I'm serious. I hope that he's partying this hard because that sounds fun. He's like actually enjoying it himself. Like this is later. He's in his twilight years. He's got more money than God. Why?
It's just
would he not be
amazing. It's just
dating and-
it just had to be hammers. Like it couldn't be like,
was-
well,
Well, that's
and
what
it
I'm
had to
saying,
be there had to be a report that they both had hammers, like somehow, like what?
What do we know? Like, what is the damage that was done?
No.
Like, where is all the information? This is just
Oh,
gonna. It's
We
funny,
know
this is
almost
just gonna-
nothing.
This is just gonna go away like it always does. Like anytime.
That's what's so great about it. We know almost nothing, but like we hate these people so much. Like these people are just like such.
I know it's like if y'all would just come clean, like I'm assuming the absolute worst. Like if y'all just came
That's why
clean,
I'm saying
it'd be a lesser, it'd be
if
a
he would just
lesser-
come out and say, "Look, man, my wife was out of town. I got the porn hooked up to the big screen. I'm in my underwear. I'm delirious. I'm going at it like a champion.
Yeah.
And then this son of a bitch like kicks down my door. Like you tell that story and you got sympathy. You got like all the men in the world are just like, yeah, you got to electrocute this dude. Like, that's not cool. Like all the married guys in the world are just like, his wife's you hear him? His wife was out of town, man.
There
He was going nuts,
Yeah, he definitely.
and this guy's got to like wreck that shit, by kicking down his door, making him call the cops, like
yeah,
mid stroke.
Either way, he came in the back door. Like regardless of what.
You got this innocent guy.
There's two facts.
Look,
He
you
was
got
hammered
That's
and
what
he
I'm
came in
saying.
the back door. Now we have two
you got an
facts.
innocent
Yeah,
guy.
the only two things we know is somebody got hammered and somebody came in
Look.
somebody's back
Yeah.
door.
He's just an innocent guy who likes to day trade. Like surfing his favorite porn site for handyman hammer sex porn. And this guy kicks his door down. That's not cool.
I still like this is the second greatest thing to ever happen to me after when Joe Biden shit his pants at the bathroom.
I love.
I forgot
Not the
about that.
best- Not the best fucking thing in the world. That is the best thing that's ever taken place.
What about when he fell off
Or
the
not.
bike?
It doesn't matter.
Well, he farted on a Duchess. That was a close second. Remember, he farted on like the Queen of England or the Queen of Ireland or something. She didn't even give a fuck.
That's
She
why
came
he
out,
makes
she
up
told the press.
words. That's why he makes up words and fakes like he's lost all the time. It's just like, hey man, you got to make him forget you shat your pants. You know, like if you pretend like you're lost as you're walking off stage every speech, like they'll totally forget about that pants shitting episode. You know, that would be my advice.
Yeah, what I gotta wrap it. I'm trying to make this 11 o'clock Rocket League tournament. What we got, like questions or something?
What is a Rocket League tournament? Oh no.
It's a video game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a video game. It's like
I don't know.
soccer.
Quan, you got any questions for him?
Yes, Jaden. We've missed you since the last time we saw you. I have 2 questions. I'm going to start with the first one.
That's usually a good place to start.
Have you flown yet?
No, but I've flown before.
Oh,
I've been
I
on a
thought you
plane.
hadn't
I don't know
flown
where this
before.
rumors came in.
You don't know where the rumor got started?
No, Chris has been
Where'd you
spreading
fly?
this rumor that I'm
Where did you
afraid to fly. I'm not afraid. Where did I go?
Oh, I didn't think you were afraid. I just said you chose not to.
Well, this
It's
is also
totally a
very-
choice.
I
Choice
thought
not,
I heard that in the podcast.
based
I thought
on
you
fear.
said that you hadn't.
Well, flying makes me semi to extremely uncomfortable.
Okay.
Mm.
It's a weird thing. I'm not afraid to fly.
Speaking
will
of being
fly.
uncomfortable, what is your love affair with AJ Benza? And do you get frustrated with the people in that group? Do you feel like they hate? I mean, I understand hating on fat people. I get it. But that group takes it to like an extreme. They really hate Lizzo.
Oh, I thought you were saying that I was getting shit for hating fat people.
No,
I don't
I'm
hate
just-
fat people. That's why I was like, do I hate fat people?
no,
Like,
it's
you had
that
me
group.
questioning myself.
He just hates Lizzo. All right.
I don't hate Lizzo.
I don't
Okay.
really know.
He or
him.
AJ.
No, that group, just that group. Like, I feel like if I was ever going to rage quit a group, it would be that group. Like, I'm so frustrated by them. They hate.
I got
You
kicked
can't
out
be
for like a
fat. You
year.
can't be skinny. I know. And now you're back and you're like sucking everybody's dick. You're like so nice to everybody. They were so
I'm
mean
not
to
sucking
you.
everybody's dick. When do
Well, I
ever
got
suck
mad at
dick?
everybody when they kicked you out and I quit commenting in that group. And now you're back and you're just like, hey, I'm Jaden, king of the world. Just saying.
I don't know if it's like that. I get shit from people all the time, but
Okay.
they.
What about Joe Leon?
What it was.
I
What
have
about him?
questions. I just have questions. Do you know these people?
I like that guy. No,
Okay.
but
Okay.
we've talked on numerous occasions. He's a good
Okay,
guy.
good. Okay, good. I just have questions.
Yeah, me and AJ. Basically, all I said. Here's what I said was. Here's what got me kicked out. Is I was like, because AJ told a story about how his dad had like maybe had a brief affair on his mother, like back in the 70s. It was like 2 weeks long or whatever, and how she confronted him about it, and then he basically denied it, and the whole thing went away. And all I was saying was like, if he was a father in every way that it mattered, and he was there all the time, stepping out on your wife is not the worst thing in the world. You know, that's all I was saying. And they're like, and I just got a ton of hate from these women. They're like attacking me, like, you're a fucking piece of shit. And then finally I just had to be like, fuck you, bitch. I'm just saying, like, if the guy's a great father and he's there and he's, you know, putting food on the table, it's like, I can't hate on somebody for stepping out of a marriage. It's like, fuck, dude. You know, like, what are we going to do? We're going to break the guy's balls. He was a great father. AJ loves him, you know, stepping out. There's a lot of worse things. And there was a lot of women that came to my defense too, you know.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of things that you could do horrible in a marriage for sure. Like Paul Pelosi, for example.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that guy's definitely not killing it right now. We can agree that Paul Pelosi's household, not the spot.
Thank God he keeps
Maybe
doing
he-
that
maybe
high-end
he's-
ice cream.
Maybe he's the one who's just like, yeah, you guys got to talk up this brain surgery business. Like, you know, like whenever you get a chance, talk about brain surgery, brain surgery.
He's going to be a new man. A new
Mhm.
man.
Mhm.
All right, I gotta
and
hop
then
off, fellas.
and then I could just say I don't remember.
Oh, Jaden's out.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
gotta
buddy.
we gotta call.
Let's
it.
wrap
All
it
right,
up.
buddy.
All right.
Good luck, man.
I mean, not like I mean, just like soon.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh,
We'll wrap it
okay.
up.
Yeah, it's pushing 11.
It's been
Well, we
fun.
don't. We don't have.
It's nice
yeah.
to talk to you guys. I need.
Yeah,
to,
you too, man. You too.
I was sad when the other people had to go. Like the happy
Oh
hour was
yeah,
having
the
fun.
happy hour is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna call in or something. Did I maybe just miss it? I probably
I
just.
think there's like that time.
It's your phone. It could be what's beeping in the background.
Something's beeping.
There's like a light.
I think they just like that time to themselves, with us and whatever, and just that's it.
Oh, this right here. That's the mixer.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Don't tell
No.
me there's lights behind me. I'm enough. of
Not
a-
people calling in.
No, I thought I was getting abducted by aliens if I listened to you. Shit.
They're here.
Oh yeah. It's great talking to you guys. Thanks
Great
for having
talking
me.
to you.
You too, man.
Do you want me to send you the picture of Nancy Pelosi's tits?
No, I'll have my team look into it.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah. I'll get it.
Monkey's uncle saying that there was only one hammer they were wrestling for.
Oh, wow.
Okay, see, that's an important. Okay, can I come back on? Can we do a follow up on this?
Of
Let's
course,
figure
yeah,
out
we'll be talking about this
everything
for
that we
weeks.
know. I
Yeah.
want to come back and talk. Like I'm about facts.
Solely Pelosi. Solely
Well, I
Pelosi.
mean, just I think we've discovered one fact, and we'll let you go. But sounds like Monkey's uncle was the third person.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
Like I
Monkey's
said-
uncle was the one that let the cops in. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
that
Where's
is.
Nancy?
Did we ever figure out who that is? Do y'all know who that is?
I thought it's your
we
friend.
know. You told us who it was. You forgot.
friend.
Buddy. You
Uncle?
told us.
No,
Your
no.
friend.
Richie.
No,
Richie.
Richie is brewing backs.
Oh,
Backsack. Oh
well.
boy.
No.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Yep.
Damn it.
All right. So
My mic's not working.
growing back.
Okay,
in.
Monkey's
Monkey's
uncle
uncle
is
wasn't
both.
there.
He's both.
He wasn't
both.
there.
He's definitely both.
He wasn't the third and fourth person there at their
Check.
townhouse.
Monkey's uncle is usually mean to me, so maybe it's Rich.
It's hard to
Anyway.
keep track of at this point. It's a little too late in the evening for me to be trying to figure all these people out.
All right, guys.
Are we wrapping up, Quana? Are we all done, or are we just going to let Jaden
Oh,
go?
wait, can y'all hear me? Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Check. Y'all are there?
We
Yes,
are.
sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry for the anticlimactic game. My internet's fucking up or something. I don't know what's going on here. It keeps
Sure.
giving me like error messages or something. I think I got internet aids. But anyway,
Oh well.
love you guys.
good.
Thanks for having me.
You
on.
too, man. Talk to you
Thanks
for
soon.
coming.
Let's follow
Take
up
care.
with facts on the Pelosi case. All
On
right?
it.
Facts, jokes, beams, whatever.
Yeah, we need facts. I'm all about the facts. As of right now, it was a gay love affair gone wrong. That's all
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Much
All
love.
right, buddy. See you soon.
Good
Later.
night, Jaden.
So, Quana,
That was so
Uh,
funny.
what I don't know. I don't even know where we are on time. I think we're like an hour and 40 minutes, 45
Let's
minutes, maybe.
see. Hold on.
Something like that.
We are at 97 minutes, so you'll have to do the hours on that.
97
Hour
minutes
and
is
37
hour and
minutes.
37 minutes. Yeah, I guess we can be done pretty soon. I did have a story I wanted to get your thoughts on.
Okay.
I'm just going to give you the bullet points. There was a flight. All right, I better find it. There was a flight, right? And it had to make an emergency landing.
Ooh.
And this is like out of a show. This is like out of Seinfeld's like finale episode. So Delta flight from Atlanta to LAX had to make
Okay.
an emergency landing in Albuquerque. Smoke filled the cockpit, cabin, alarms were blaring, and
Oh
like
my God.
all the passengers are saying like, we thought this was the end.
This is my worst nightmare.
But then it landed. It landed, and it was like, it's good. It's good. It's like, hey, your baggage will be at Carousel 4.
It landed in their destination, or they
No,
had
no,
to
it landed at
be
another
divert-
destination.
Okay.
But like part of my thinking on this whole thing was like, what if it just, like it landed at another destination, but it could have happened at any point. And it could have landed like on schedule, on time at their normal destination.
Right.
But like all these people on the plane, like 100 people just went through like a, like what they thought was like a near death experience.
Right.
But
I'm surprised you haven't experienced that more. My stepdad.
But they're on
was like
time. But they're on time, and like they're at their destination or on time. And it's like, you got a rental car to go pick up, don't you? Like,
yeah.
I imagine this like this weird moment, like people like all have gone through this horrible experience where they all like said their last prayers and like,
right,
admitted horrible things, like sent text messages.
Right.
Like, don't look on, whatever you do, don't look under the bed. And then the plane lands on time, and it's like baggage carousel 4, and like the ground staff is just like, what do you want from us? Like,
Right.
you're here, like you're here. It's like I want to talk about like what I just went through. It's like, you're here on time. Like,
don't they give you some sort of?
carousel.
Don't they give you some sort of something if something happens? They have
Yeah,
people.
like, well, that's my question. Is like, what is that? They give you like a pamphlet, like, so you just thought you're gonna die, did you? Like, here's something to think about while you're on your way to the rental car counter.
On the front of the pamphlet, it says, "But did you die?"
Yeah, exactly.
Question mark.
And it's like, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, like,
the gratitude journal, right? down all
there's
your
already been
paperwork.
precedent. Like, you can't sue us for just being real scared. Like, you can't sue us
It's
because
true.
you can't sue us because your plane hit turbulence and you admitted to your wife you're in an affair.
Do you know that if you went to a doctor's with heart pain and you went, they said you're fine, they sent you home and you had a heart attack, but you didn't die, you could not sue the doctor that sent you home because you're still alive. You're fine.
Sure.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm sure there's something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, you were off the premises.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, my diagnosis only lasts until you walk out of the area to which I am insured.
Yeah.
And then,
No, the bestie's she's works in a personal injury office, and that's just literally a thing. It's just so wild to me that, yeah. So yeah, I would
just imagine all these people
surviving a
like
near
dazed.
death.
They're dazed, and the ground crew is just like, I just started my shift. Like, what the fuck's your problem? Like,
Well, what about an emergency
like,
landing? They have to roll out the actual like things, and you have to roll down the parachute slide. If you,
I don't think these people had to do that. I think they just got off. But I
Right.
don't know. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
even less traumatic,
But if you're in your location, that it's like, I don't know, they get up and just like, well, is there like you have like a team of doctors to like hug me, like give me a hug or something? Like,
they probably hug each other. Like if you
That's
go
true.
through something like that, you're closer to the
Yeah.
person that was sitting next to you.
I guess.
I feel like,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe they wrote a Facebook page or something.
Yeah, the survivors of flight
And then a
137
couple years later,
from
like,
Albuquerque to New
yeah.
Mexico. Yeah,
A couple years later, just like, why are we even talking to each other? Like,
exactly.
like,
Because we
but-
didn't die.
yeah, someone shares a meme that says, "But did you die?" And then like the group just closes. Like, no one.
We should find a group like that.
Everybody's like, "Yeah, you're right. I didn't. Goodbye, everyone." That's a crazy story. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens.
Is that why you wanted me to ask Jaden about the airplane?
Mm-hmm. He hasn't flown. He didn't say where he flew to.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
believe
maybe
it.
Guantanamo.
He got super defensive real fast.
Yeah.
Had thrown axes your direction
He was
immediately.
either somewhere going like to or from a Guantanamo as a either passenger or guard.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah.
That was it. That was another crazy story, but I do want to get your thoughts on it.
What is it?
There's a Burger King worker in the UK
Okay.
who had a terrible illness, was in a coma for like a month. And when he got out of his coma, he had new skills. He's now an artist and like a master, like a carpenter.
What?
Like builds models.
Really?
Yeah. That's as deep as I dug into this one.
Okay.
But I wanted to get into like, what do you think of like, because this kind of gets into this area of there's knowledge in our brains that we haven't unlocked. You ever heard about this? Like this like idiot savants,
I have
like
heard of it.
people that are like really like, like debilitated, but they can play classical music,
Right. Right.
or like people that under hypnotism speak different languages that they have never learned before.
I mean, I've seen people get hypnotized at the fair, so I mean, I believe it.
Am I blowing your mind or
Obviously.
what? No.
Well, I mean,
Or is this like weak sauce to you?
I get confused. I mean, I think I have a little bit of like built-in guilt with comas because my husband kind of died that way. And it's, I always, you have in the back of your mind, like, could they have saved him like in a movie type thing? Like, did we unplug him too soon? Like, it's always, that type of thing. So I don't know. Like, if you woke up and you were like a different person, wasn't there like a lady that was,
This guy woke up and didn't realize like this is a little bit different story, because you could say like he just didn't, like he woke up and he had like a new lease on life, but like no, he's kind of saying like, no, I had like skills, like craftsman skills that I didn't know I had.
do you think they were learned like in another lifetime? Like, you can't be a craftsman. Like, maybe you could draw, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you unlocked a part of your brain that made you more artistic, but I mean, to have an actual skill.
I think it's been proven that like to animals, it's hard with humans, but to animals, like animals know things that they weren't ever shown or taught. I just like,
Yeah, like bees, hive building.
there's just yeah, bees, yes. No,
Cats
not supposed to talk about it as
automatically.
much, but like, yeah, they just like, yeah, the animals have like these, like maybe there's like, like preloaded
Built-in, yeah,
preloaded
built-in
applications that are pre-installed
for survival.
It's kind of an interesting thing to think about. That's all.
I have some interesting stuff too. Have you ever seen the giants, the big rock giants? Like that, I'll send you some pictures. We can discuss it next week, but there's some weird stuff out there.
You talking about like on the islands, like those, I don't know, I don't remember what they're called, but
yes,
the big giant heads.
Yes.
On
I'm not
Colorado,
talking about that were carved. I'm not talking about Mount Rushmore.
Oh, like real giants, like
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I will post some pictures in the group and I will send them to you immediately because it's wild. The things that we don't know. So many. That's a conspiracy, the giant conspiracy. I'll post it in the group. So I
I don't know. Like I would need some evidence, but like there's a big part of my brain that's just like, if you can't prove it didn't happen.
Yeah. Tell me
and
more.
like, like I guess like you go through life long enough and you have enough like aha moments where it's like, oh, this fucker's got one over on me there. Like,
yeah.
To where you start thinking like, I wonder what else they got over on me. Like, I wonder what else there is. And there may be nothing else, but you just start.
There's so much else. Are you kidding me?
It just comes with age. Like you start thinking like, oh, I believe just about anything now.
No, you got to question everything.
That
should be the name of this podcast. Question everything.
Well, endlessly rant about questioning everything. That's what we're all about.
That's right.
All right. I guess we should wrap it up. It was nice having Jaden back.
It was so nice, even though he looked like Hank Williams.
Do you remember when we did?
Exploded.
Do you remember our episode we did back in February of 2019?
I do so much. It was really
I have some memories of
my life.
I
was a little blacked out, but I watched it after.
We did 2 episodes, I think, that day.
Oh yeah. I think you did Martina.
So I think we did Martina either before or after.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back to back.
So I remember that day. I remember walking my dog in between the episodes. Yeah, thinking like, oh yeah, we're gonna do 2 today. That might be the last time we ever did that too.
Yeah.
You both were just too much for us.
Yeah, I think mine ran long. I talked too much.
Nah, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Of course.
All right. Well, man, hope Manny and Robbie had a good night tonight.
Manny said that he won the bowling tournament and he's gonna be wasting all of his winnings on anime figures. So go figure, which is the name of his podcast, right?
Well,
yes.
How We Figure
Darn it.
is the name.
So close.
or waste all our money on anime.
Yeah. Or that.
Terrible.
Is that like buying dolls or buying movies? Movies? Oh,
Mm,
figures.
I think it
Figures,
could be
dolls.
books. It could be
No.
books,
He said figures.
books, anthologies, figures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Graphic
He said-
images.
All right. Well, there you go.
Hope they're having a good time. Jaden, good luck in your Rocket League. Quana, have a nice weekend. Always good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me again.
Of course, thanks for being here with us. And from this smaller team of Endless Ranters, we say get it on.
Gotta get it on.
Mm-hmm.
But in that porn way. Gotta get it on. Gotta get it. You know the one I'm talking about. Isn't that like a
I did when you said porn way. Then you started doing like singing. I was like, no, that's not.
No, isn't that like an Adam Carolla from the one that he's always talking about with the never mind.
Yeah, no.
I'll save it.
Yeah, then you brought up Adam Carolla. It's just like, no.
All right.
This is not no.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Take care. See you
Thank
soon.
you. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Do I leave? Do we turn it off? What do we do?
Bye, everybody. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching, listening.